Hey, what's up, everyone? Tuesday, April 1st, 2025. So, today I am embarking on the mission of filling my next 9x12 set by the end of this month. So, I'm going to be documenting the whole process right here on this channel to show you that it can be done, how I do it, and what the current process is. So, last time I did this, it took me about 6 months from kind of starting the process to completion. It was my first time going around, so I got business cards. I walked around all the different businesses that are next to my office for my 9 to 5 and walked into all of them. I did cold calls. I bought an email list. I started doing email marketing. I reached out to people on Facebook and DMs and Instagram. So I've done all these different things the last time. And it took me about 6 months to finally complete it all. And it was like a mixed bag of success. All the different things I did ended up contributing to that success. Pretty much almost an even split between how many ads I got from just reaching out to people on Instagram. Facebook ads got me like 1 or 2 ads. Personal friends got one of the ad spots. My family's business got another one of the ad spots. But then I got like 2 from just walking around the companies by my job, and a few more from cold calling. So this time I'm going to try to accelerate that process. I don't want it to take 6 months to get done. So I'm going to be leveraging additional tools. So I'm going to be hiring a cold caller. I already have my list of prospects to call. I have a whole bunch of emails. Last time I started using email, bulk email sender near the end of the process. I think I started with that like around May, and then I ended up selling it by June. And I didn't get a whole lot of response from there, but I look back at my stats. I only tried like maybe 2 niches with the email stuff. And so I'm going to try to incorporate that into there. I'm going to try to do a lot more different things in order to scale my time investment in it, since I don't have a whole lot of time to actually do cold calling, because when I'm at home, I don't want to be just on the phone while I'm there with my family, and I can't do it while I'm in my 9 to 5. My commute is usually a pretty decent time. Right now it's before 8 a.m. So I don't have, there's not as many businesses that I'd feel comfortable calling before 8 o'clock. After 8 o'clock, I feel it's like a pretty open game to call most like service businesses. But before then, I just feel weird doing it when it still says 7 something on the clock. So after I get this video kind of started, I'll probably start cold calling some people, any trucks that I see on the road, that kind of stuff. I have to find my old list. I think it's on a paper somewhere. I'll probably have to print it out again and start fresh this time around. But I'll start calling myself. But then I'm also going to be hiring probably 2 cold calling teams. One of the people that bought my suite of tools has been using it lately, and we were talking the other day about cold calling, and she has like a call center that she runs and operates. So I'll probably use her for some of the cold calling services. But I also want to get like a Spanish-speaking cold calling person, so that way I can kind of cross-test, because I have a hypothesis that my inability to speak Spanish kind of cuts some conversations short, where they might actually be a good advertiser. There's just a language barrier between our communication. So I'm going to look into that as well as just throw some money at that and see what comes out of it. So that's going to be my process. I'm going to be trying a lot of different things. I'm going to be talking about it openly on this channel each step of the way, so that way you can see what's currently working, what's not working. I'm going to be using my different tools along the process. So with RouteSnip, I'm going to go through, probably share a video of me coming up with the routes for this mailing, and how I'm going to have that summary sheet printed out on hand as I do my prospecting, as I give it to cold callers, as I incorporate it into my emails that I send out. So I'm going to be using that process. My new software link track, I'll be using that when creating the ads, so I can have all the different QR codes specifically to that advertiser in that card. Back on RouteSnip, I'm also going to look at other routes in the area, because last time we went to Pinecrest and Coral Gables, I feel like there wasn't a ton of reception. Last time the card went out like the first week of June, so it was like kind of around summer break starting for a lot of classes, a lot of school, a lot of like public schools, private schools, K to 12 kind of things. So we probably didn't get as much engagement because just the timing it was sent out. But I also want to look at other areas of Miami that might have better reception. When I talked to prospects last year, a lot wanted to go into like Miami Beach, some wanted to go out to Kendall, some wanted to go to like Miami Springs, Miami Lakes. So I'm going to use RouteSnip to get all that data for all those different areas, put them into their own batches, and then have the stats for all different areas. Last time I only had the wherewithal to really do like, I think I looked into 4 zip codes, but this time with RouteSnip I'll be able to do a whole lot more and really have a full understanding of the Miami market from North Miami down to Homestead, and be able to speak to a number of different areas people might be interested in and gauge what the best routes that everybody wants to get into looks like, incorporating some like aerial views and like just have more of that kind of stuff. I'll also be running more Facebook ads. I have a new CRM that I'm using. It's by allinonemarketing.com. It's basically Go High Level, but like a what do you call it, like white labeled version of Go High Level. It's a one-time price with unlimited usage. Their business model is more that they make more money off the fact that they'll set it up for you and they'll do training for you. They have like their models of making the money on the back end. Whereas if you just need the tool and you know how to use the tool yourself, you can get like unlimited text messaging, unlimited emails, unlimited everything straight through there. So if you're familiar with Go High Level, but you don't want to have the ongoing charge of say $100 to $300 a month, and you're just using it as a solo business, you can go with them at allinonemarketing.com. I don't have any affiliate relationship with them at all. I would love to, but as a service to you guys, I just want to let you know that's where I'm using mine. I set it up for like 3 different businesses that I have so far, and it works really well. The texting sign up authorization takes a while to get it right, but I've gotten it set up for one of my businesses so far. I'm working on the others to get them verified, so that I can send texts with hopefully this one that I'm going to be doing the ads for. And so as I run new Facebook ads, I'm going to tie into those forms for that CRM, so that way I can actually much better track the people that come in from interest for those things. I'll probably create some different style ads. Last time I just like kind of had a introduction video and then like kind of a comment below thing, but I'll probably fill something out to have ManyChat go in there and automatically respond to comments and DMs, and kind of do some of that automation too. So as I build that out in this process, I'll be sharing all of that as well. So once all that's done, then I'll also be using, of course, my print, my facing slips software at the end for fulfillment. So I'll be able to share a new case study of myself going through it. But if you're going through the process right now and you're already getting your cards printed and you just need facing slips done in like one click, just go to rapidslips.com and do it for yourself. Don't wait for me to get to that point in the videos, because it might be a while, but if you need yours done now, just go there, get it done. So fast, so easy. I have a bunch of people using it now and they all love it. It's been saving everybody tons of time, so I wanted to save you time too. So go to rapidslips.com to get that one in the meantime. All right, so that's my game plan. That's my mission, is for the month of April to completely sell out my next 9x12 card. This will be the behind the scenes, talking about exactly what I'm doing in order to do that. So I don't have much else to say now. I'm on the road. I will be probably at a stoplight again soon after I get off this highway, and that's when I'm going to start doing some cold calling. I'm just going to go through Google for now and just look at some of like the big companies, fencing companies, roofing companies, and just start calling them and letting them know what I'm doing. And I'll share what I find as I go through it, and you can follow along in the journey. So like and subscribe so you can see the full process of selling a 9x12 in under a month with a full-time job and a busy home life, so you can see what pieces you want to try out for yourself to emulate that and get it done in your area. So with that said, I will leave it as a short little video today, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care. All right, Tuesday, April 2nd, 2025. So today I am going to continue working on my prospecting. And to update from yesterday, I talked to two of my previous advertisers, my pavers company and my public adjuster guy. And they both wanted to be on the next card going out, and they both want double spots. The paver guy is upgrading from a single spot to a double, and the public adjuster is going to maintain his double space for this next mailing. He said he just wants to change his ad creative based on where we're going to be going this time, since I said we're going to be going down to Palmetto Bay and Homestead. So he's like, okay, for that market, I have a different offer. So with that in mind, make sure you always have your advertisers kind of have in their mind what the target market is, because they might want to adjust their stuff accordingly. So that is where I'm at with, I already got two advertisers on. I reached out to a big local swim company, like swim teaching for like little kids and stuff, company that my son went through their swim training last year. Big company, always expanding, big signs everywhere, always hiring. So they've expanded further south. So I contacted them. They actually sent me like some on their email list. So they sent me an email. I replied to that email, letting them know what I'm doing, that I'm working on putting a card, and I think they'd be a great fit for it. And their marketing department messaged me back saying that this sounds pretty interesting, so send me more details. So that's another maybe thing you can do, is just join a bunch of mailing lists for companies that are in your market, and if they're sending you emails, then you can easily reply to that, and they'll see that you're actually replying to something that they're already sending out. So one, that looks like you're engaged, or two, that confirms that you are a local person that actually has gone out of the way to follow them and be their fan first. So you get some reciprocity there. And two, that's probably a great way to beat the spam filter, because you're actually replying, not just having like RE in the title, you're actually replying to something that they sent out, and they're highly likely to see something that's coming back as a reply to something that they sent out. That usually drives up to the top of the inbox, because it looks like something that somebody actually had a question on what they're sending out. So make it seem organic, make it, natural sounding. And that might be another way that you can kind of get in front of people without it just being spam and mass messaging. It's tough to scale, but you don't really need to scale a ton of things if you're doing certain things the right way. So that's just another idea I threw out there. So I was on my drive into work today, and I was actually behind a car, little van thing that does like woodworking, custom kitchens, all that kind of stuff. And like, well, that's a spot that I don't have yet sold. I didn't sell one previously for that kind of niche. So I was like, let me just call them. It's like already past 8 o'clock, so I'm running late to work. And so I gave them a call, and a nice lady answered the phone. said, okay, just like send over any information about pricing and all that kind of stuff over to me, and then if it makes sense, and I'll talk to the owner, and then we can see what it's like. I gave them my nice little compliment on their website because I was looking at that while I was behind them, and I saw it's really modern. They're like, oh, thank you, we put so much effort into it. So they're probably used to so many people calling them and saying, hey, I'm from the Voice Activation Network, we see that your website needs some updating, whatever. And so when you actually let them know that you see their website, and if it's nice, you call it out and say that you think it is a nice design and it looks like they put a lot of work into it, call them out on that. One, it tells them that you're not trying to sell them a website like everybody else is. And two, it shows that you appreciate the work that they're doing in the local community and that you notice that they do invest in their business. So it tells them that you actually value what they've done and what they're building in their company, and that you recognize that they've invested themselves in their business. So that could also be a benefit to you, and just trigger in their mind that they are a company that invests in themselves. So I sent an email off to them, and I send my reply back to the swimming class company. So I know it's not massive scale, but in the meantime, I was working on a little bit of getting a fresh lead list. I have a bunch of leads that I had pulled from this app that I have from before, Lead Gorilla, something like that I just like download. It's like basically a Google Maps scraper. So I have some from that. I have like a list of like 4,000 companies that I got from somebody on Fiverr last year. That it's got a lot of great information, but it's like a lot of information, and it's a lot of different companies. So I have to pare that down, so that way I have like a succinct list of companies that I want to start cold calling and hire out a cold caller for. So most of the people on like Fiverr and Upwork, they kind of charge like a set rate for like, all right, $200 for 200 calls or something like that, which feels like a kind of overpayment. So I'd rather pay somebody per hour and just like have them just kind of constantly flow through things and have them at an hourly rate. So I'm also researching into kind of VAs and cold calling assistants like that, that can work at that kind of hourly rate instead. So I might split test that, but then I also have another person that's one of the user of the EDDM tools. She has like a whole call center kind of build out with some people in the Philippines, and I was probably going to use some of them for maybe some cold calling too, and just kind of compare how each of the different options work out. So I got the 3 different options, but I want to have my good clean lead list first before going out there and hiring anybody on. So that's where I'm at. So I've spoken to 2 past advertisers. I'm going to go through and call the remaining ones, since I'm going to a new area this time. Maybe some might be interested in reaching that new area instead of repeating the same. When I talked to my pavers guy, I told him, like, I'm going to you first because you've consistently reached out that you wanted to do another mailing, and so I'm making this commitment to get one done this month, and I wanted to check with you where you want to go. And he said, nah, not so much Pinecrest or Coral Gables this time. Coral Gables is nice, but it just didn't get much action last time, so I want to try someplace new that maybe isn't quite as high of income range. That's more a little in the median range. So we're gonna try this, see how it works. It might be a little more. It's still affluent, but it's not like the highest levels that they might not be. Their house is already like fine and done, and they're done working on stuff. So that's the plan. I'm gonna continue to build out my lead list and hire on some cold callers. Hopefully by tomorrow, I want to get the leads into some people's hands so they can be calling them over the rest of this week. And because I'm really usually only doing much of my cold calling during the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, like my lunch break when I'm in the office here, so I can get them working the rest of the days on all that. So That said, I will catch you next time. Take care.